either somebody from your past or somebody with whom you share like an instant sort of, oh, there you are connection. I'm going to say probably going to be somebody from your past returning in a nice way, because during Mercury retrograde, can you say it? Yes, you can. Mercury retrograde, things tend to come back. Oh, and by the way, during Mercury retrograde, good stuff to do is anything that begins with retreat, relax, repurpose, reframe. I've suddenly forgot things, rest, things that begin with re. So somebody from your past is probably coming back. Lesser chances that you're going to meet somebody and just have an instant connection. Be careful of that, because the times that have happened to me, I've married them. Okay, next card is really interesting. It's the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is a couple of things. It's traditionally the good wife and mother card. So you might be going to see your mom, which makes sense, it's Thanksgiving. You might be a mom. It also means a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio woman. It's my card. I'm a Pisces. So if you're a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, you're going to be feeling pretty empowered in the middle of the weekend. You're going to be feeling pretty self-expressed, pretty powerful, and again, kind of aligned with what? I don't know, just aligned. It can also mean that you're consulting a psychic or a mystic of some kind. This is traditionally the card of intuition and psychic advice, which reminds me, I'm having a sale this week. I'm half price, which makes me $200 for 75 minutes. And please feel free to call in and book a thingamy, a reading. Anyway, woo. Last card. I love this card. This is a powerful card, and I have a feeling this is accurate too. I don't know if you can see it. This is the Ace of Cups. In tarot, as in poker, aces are wonderful. We love getting aces. It means it's a powerful beginning of a new cycle. When it's cups, because cups are emotions, it has a lot to do with being happy, with being loved, and you could, who knows, actually fall in love. Or if you are with somebody, you might rediscover your love and passion for them. If neither of those things are in the cards for you, it can just mean a time of real contentment and happiness. There we go. Psychic weather. Let me know what happens. Okay. Angela, you still there? Have you been doing your breathing and thinking about your question?
Yes. Oh, yeah. No, I've been listening.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Well, that's okay. You can do either. I like to connect with people through their birthdays. So when's your birthday, my love?
August 16th.
Oh, Leos. We love Leos. Woohoo! Mm-hmm. Okay, and what's your question? How can I help you?
Oh, usually work related. I have a lot of jobs, but one I'm kind of on the fence about continuing this position that I was reoffered.
I like the position that you were reoffered, especially because, as I just said in the psychic tarot weather spread, something coming back around is usually a good thing. You have 3 jobs right now?
Yeah, there may be more, but that's about right in the moment.
That's a lot of jobs. Cool. I've had 3 or 4 jobs in my life, but usually when I was very young. So, what would you love to do? Let me just ask you this. What would you love to do if money wasn't an object? And what do you love doing? I get the feeling you're very creative and very good with people.
Yeah. I don't think I would want to give up any of my jobs. I work in healthcare, and I'm also an actor, and I do education. So I love all of them.
Oh, you're an actor.
And then I'm also a veterinarian. I also work in veterinary as well.
Yay! Oh, that's great. Interesting. You have a lot of range as an actor. You can play ingenue, you can do leading lady, and you can do character roles. Good for you. Am I right?
Yes. That's correct.
Work in veterinary as well. Oh, that's cool. My friend, hold on.
Yeah, and then I work with the human emergency department, the ED for humans as well. And I do education.
Can I ask you, how many people are you? Wow.
when I did numerology, it said the octopus was in my, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
It said the
that
octopus.
makes me happy. Something came up about that, where just having my hands in a lot of different things, it supports my soul. And I'm
I love octopi. I just didn't know octopuses featured in numerology. I'm happy to hear it. I love octopuses. Octopi. Yeah, you're very multi-talented. Well, Leo's also, especially towards the end of Leo, you tend to be kind of multi-talented. Are you combining the education with the acting? Do you do something sort of thing where you visit schools and do? Yeah, okay, that's what I was getting.
I do experiential learning. Is what I call it.
Yeah, oh, that's learning. Wonderful. I love that. Mm-hmm. One thing that I probably can't fit this in until next year, but I will say, if there's a chance for you to take acting classes anywhere, for some reason I'm getting, this is a little fortune tellery, but it would be very good luck for you.
Okay.
Either you'll meet somebody who's important to your career. I don't know if you have an agent, but the feeling I'm getting is sometime in the next 6 months, if you take an acting class, maybe if you don't, you might wind up with an agent. Because I feel like that's a real, I'm a third generation theater person. My grandfather was a Broadway playwright, my aunt and uncle and mom. So theater, acting is, I'm all about acting. And I do feel that you've got a real talent there. I also think that I don't know. Yeah? You're welcome. My pleasure.
I'm also a year
I also feel like you've got something called stage presence.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
You one year left of nursing school. Good heavens, woman. You should be giving me advice. I would say, that's a lot on your plate. Where did you get all this energy?
I have no idea.
Wow. I'm very impressed with you. I also see that, it's funny, I'm tuning in, I'm trying to get if you have a long-term relationship or no relationship, because often those things show up the same way for me. If you have a long-term relationship, it comes out kind of, and the same thing if you don't. Are you in a relationship now? No.
Romantically now, huh?
Are you there?
No relationship.
Kind of? Not really.
No, I'm here. No relationship.
There's a relationship coming your way probably in February, March is what I'm seeing. And this is going to be no more narcissists for you, pal. This is going to be somebody who can really be in relationship with you for the 5 minutes a week you have free. I think that my guides are saying to tell you to go towards the things you love the most right now. It feels like the offer that's coming back around for you, is that in education or acting?
It is.
Or some combination of the two?
It's education, yeah.
Education, okay. I wasn't getting it's in healthcare.
Yes, it's related to
Are you studying to be a pediatric nurse?
I haven't decided my path yet, but I start my pediatric rotation in January, February. Okay,
that's probably why I was picking up on that. You got
my daughter
real,
works in
God,
pediatrics.
This is a lot. Oh, okay. I love your daughter. You have 2 kids.
I have one.
I love your daughter.
Yeah, she's great.
Okay. Yeah, she's awesome. Here's what I'm getting. The things that light up for me the most start with you are education, and then kind of healthcare education and acting, and then healthcare second. And education as it relates to healthcare, I think would be very good for you. In fact, if you felt like, well, I don't know when you'd have time to do this, but you could probably start a side hustle combining education and healthcare, or education, healthcare, and like going to schools and doing lectures and stuff. You'd be very good at public speaking. You and I are the only 2 people who don't fear public speaking more than death.
No.
Yeah.
I do public speaking with mental health first aid.
Yeah, you're very good at that. Oh, cool. So the acting and education first, healthcare is kind of a platform under that. I don't know if that helps, but does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it all does.
Wait, say that again?
I said, yes, it all makes sense. Thank you.
Good. Yeah, I'm having my head, because it's Mercury retrograde, the headphones I was using don't work. So I have to kind of go, what? I think you've got a really nice year ahead of you. Your daughter's doing great.
Yes.
Can I ask you to get a little closer to the phone or speak up a tiny bit?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, no, my daughter's the same name as you. So.
Perfect. I love that. I guess that's all I have. We've got Lindy in Australia next, but I hope that helped. I'm so impressed with you. I hardly know what to say, except, can I be you when I grow up? And
it's an interesting life. I do enjoy.
It is. It's well, I think the fact that you enjoy it is one reason it's so interesting. You allow yourself to experience joy, which is wonderful and rather rare. So happy Thanksgiving, my love. And call back.
Thank you. Same to you. Okay, thank you very much.
Take care. I get the best people. Lindy. We got Lindy in Australia. How are you, Lindy?
Hello there.
Hi,
I'm great, thank you.
Where in Australia are you?
I'm really good. Queensland.
Oh, cool. Never been there.
Yeah, on the Gold Coast.
Gold Coast. Hello.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hello.
I'll be right over. As I've said very often in this program, I freaking love Australia and Australians. I lived in Sydney for a little while. So I like to connect people through their birthdays. I'm sorry if I'm talking over. I'm having a little trouble hearing you, so forgive me.
Oh, okay. I'll try and
I will come on over.
a little bit into my...
Much better. Thank you.
Is that better?
So when is your birthday? I like to connect people through their birthdays. That's much better. Thank you.
Birthday, the 3rd of the 6th. And the year?
When is your birthday?
The 3rd of June.
Oh, cool.
And do you need the year too? Yeah.
Cool. Mine's March 18th,
yeah.
just so you know. Just so you can send a card. Oh, wow, 36, you're having a Jupiter return this year. Oh, 1960. Okay, cool.
This year or next year?
Your year of the dragon. Cool. Anyway, how can I help you, my love?
Oh, in any way that you sort of can pick up on. I'm sort of like thinking I've made a big move, life changes. I've had some big life changes, and I'm sort of wondering if I'm going to work again or have another relationship.
You are. Here's what I get. First of all, I think you're second guessing some of the big changes you made. You made a lot of very good intuitive choices, very strong choices for your life. How far did you move? Did you move like 50 miles or 300 miles?
3,000 miles. So 3,000.
Oh.
I moved from Melbourne to Queensland.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a good idea. Or,
I'm happy up here. Nice being warm.
Are you in healthcare? Or are you, being warm is wonderful. Are you in healthcare?
I'm not in anything at the moment. When I moved, I was in the funeral industry for most of my life, a family business.
Okay. Actually, for me, that kind of
now I'm not working. I'm trying to find my direction, whether, what to do now. Now I'm here and settled.
It's funny. I actually think of the funeral business as being part of the healthcare industry, although the very last part.
I guess so.
But it's something, I guess what I was picking up on is that you're very good at helping people. And I think one of the things you did in your last business was you were really, really sympathetic and compassionate with people, which is rare.
Yeah.
I mean, having had to take care of my share of funerals, having somebody there like you, it just makes a huge difference. And I think making a difference in people's lives is a key thing for you. You really, really thrive on knowing you help people.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because
I want to do something like that. Yeah.
I can see a couple of things I can see you doing. I could see you, if you don't have to work immediately, I could see you, perhaps you'd make a fantastic therapist if there's some sort of, or a life coach, which is less training. You're just so good at helping people. You're also very good at working with children, which I don't understand because to me they're just mobile petri dishes. But if you like them, good.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. No, you're very good.
Yeah, I do.
I just treat them as if they're short adults with really bad ADHD. So those are some things I could see you doing. I just love the idea. I hate to repeat myself, but Geminis are also very good. I've got a sister who's a Gemini, and they're very good at being therapists, being social workers. My sister's very good at that. So I can see you doing that.
That's the direction I want to go in. I just don't have the education but I've just got
but I think there's a way. I think there's a shortcut of some kind. You could get a life coach certification. There are shorter certification things you could do. You'd also make a very good art therapist, which I think is a shorter. Any kind of occupational therapy, you'd be great at. Great. You could also be a music therapist, but art therapist doesn't take that much training, and there's a lot of work out there for that. Anything, especially something that combines creativity with helping, because you have a strong creative streak. You're very visual, right?
Yeah. That's sort of
or you
what
could
I would like
play
to
over
do
here and redecorate my house for me. Yeah. That's another thing you could do. The last thing I'm going to suggest, because we have a minute and a half, I think you're are you somebody who decorates your friends' houses, whether they want you to or not?
No, but I surround over mine.
I could see you. The other thing I can see you doing is taking a short course in feng shui and having a nice little side hustle as a feng shui decorator person. So that's what I'm getting for you.
Yeah,
I think those are
up my alley. Yeah.
That's the most. That's actually lighting up the most for me. I was kind of warming up before. Well, we're going to end in a second, but I'm really glad you called, and I will be over to your house next week. And
okay.
But I love the feng shui is really lighting up for you. With you've got. The thing I was picking up as creativity is also in intuition with you. You've got very good intuition, and you're very good at sensing the energy of spaces. So I love that for you. So get in touch and let me know what you decided to do. I'm very excited. I think you're going to be great.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, Lindy, it's so nice meeting you. Thank you so much for calling in.
You too.
Amazingly accurate, clear answers to any question. You'll love Suzanne Marie readings. Clairvoyant reader and spiritual light transmedium. Tarot is used for spirit confirmation. She's been a spiritual reader for 30 years and would love to be able to bring accurate, clear visionary readings for those who seek answers. Available online and phone. Call 320-455-2303 or email readingsbysuzanne@gmail.com. Suzanne Marie. Check her event page for specials.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Insights with Solaris with Jennifer. Live from Solaris.1.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Insights with Solaris
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, good evening and good morning, wherever and whenever you are watching this. Welcome to another episode of Insights with Solaris, where I'm your host, Jennifer, where I've been a tarot reader for over 10 years, and I'm certified in over a dozen healing modalities from Reiki to sound therapy. I do a little bit of it all. But at the end of the day, I am simply a channel of spirit, bringing messages for those who find me. And if you joined us before, you know that I start with a collective message. So we're going ahead and jumping into that to see what should we be aware of as we are all moving into the rest of this week. Okay, and immediately, it's not going to be a great lesson for a lot of us. There's going to be some changes coming. There's going to be some deaths and rebirth cycles coming forward. This doesn't necessarily has to mean a physical death or death in the family. It very well could be, but this is really needing you to go inside because your ego is acting up and it's getting in the way of your emotions. And it could also, for some of my single ladies out there, standing in your ego is keeping you from meeting a very strong and caring man. So those of you who are single, just kind of step out of that ego a little bit and come into the more emotional side to bring in more harmony with the energies around you. And let's see, it does seem like there's another message coming in, Spirit. What are you trying to say? For some of you, you really need to focus, okay? And I am seeing fire signs. So if you are a mutable sign or a fire sign, your sun sign or your moon sign, if this applies to you, you need to focus. You've been distracting other people. You've been distracting yourself. And you're doing it because your pride has been hurt. And so you're reacting. You may not even be aware of this consciously, but your pride has been hurt. So you're going forward and you're trying to do all these things in order to distract yourself from going into that difficult situation. So just be aware of that. Focus on stepping out of that ego place and stepping into emotions this week. Are going to our caller tonight, and we have Kelly from Oklahoma. How are you doing, Kelly?
This is Kathy.
Oh, Kathy, how are you?
Yeah. Oh, I'm fine. How about you?
I'm doing good. So, what type of questions do you have tonight?
I'm wondering about my relationships and love life.
Relationships and love life.
And if I'll ever be close to my grandkids, they're in Fort Worth and are in Texas, and I miss them so much. I can't stand it.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely feeling within the heart space to throw in the ears. So what that's telling me is that longing, it doesn't seem like you're really expressing your desires. Perhaps like if you're missing, are you telling your family in your relationships how much you love them or what you really need to get out there? Because I'm feeling so much pressure on the throat that it's just like you're letting things stay bottled up inside.
Oh, I do tell them. I tell them I love them every day.
Yeah, continue working on that a little bit.
We just don't get to see each other.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah, so I am seeing that kind of loneliness energy coming in. I'm going to be honest, the energies around this is quite upsetting. It's sad. I can see your pain. I can see all of this coming forward, because at this beginning, it's like, perhaps it is a good time to really think of how you want to move forward. Because I'm seeing in the past position, you're worried, you're expecting the worst. Perhaps you're even worried about something happening to you and not having that support of your family around. So you also want kind of the safety of your family, but also being able to nurture. It does seem like you do have a lot of courage. And you want to protect your family. I do feel this kind of like, hey, I want to be there. So I definitely see you around that, but I do see those external factors, whether it's finances or whatever, is that for some reason it doesn't seem like you're able to get to them.
Yeah.
Are you in a position where you're able to move to them at all?
I could move if I wanted to.
Yeah, at this time, it just seemed like there is a lot of burden around even attempting to move. And it doesn't seem like a good time to consider that. You really need to go in and consider what it is that you need to move forward. And within the next few weeks, I don't see you making any type of decision. The holidays may be getting a bit rough for you as you are contemplating what to do next. I do see you spending a lot of time alone for the rest of the year. Now, this doesn't have to be a bad thing. When we have those moments in stillness, we can really go in and decide what we need, what are we missing in life, and how can we start working towards actionable steps to bring in that energy that we want into the areas where we are lacking. Now, I do see a new person entering your life. Are you currently in a relationship?
No.
Okay. So
I had a best friend, but we kind of broke that off too.
Okay.
Because he's in Fort Worth.
So far away from that too. Okay. So I see someone coming in. So I'm not necessarily feeling a whole lot of romance with this new person coming in. You may get a little bit flirty. You may start talking and things like that. You may meet somebody. But it seems like you may both be interested, but it could just come back in and be a friendship or some type of collaboration, which gets you moving rather than staying in that romance. But it does seem like as you are meeting this person coming in, it's going to help you step into the emotional side a little bit to really help you understand how to move forward. So even though this doesn't look like it's going to turn into anything long term or anything of any type of commitment, really, it is going to help you step forward. Now, you do have the Moon card coming up. And what I am feeling with this is that you need to come in and step into that intuition, right? The intuition that we all have, and decide not only with logical, okay, what does it take to move if I need to move, but what am I going to get from any type of change? Where is my soul calling me? It was what's coming up for it, because there seems to be insecurity surrounding here as well, which could take a look at to help find clarity. So what can we more information about relationships? Yeah, you're facing a decision, and I'm dropping cards, but you are facing a decision, and it's not something that you're going to continue to be able to ignore. It's going to keep on building and building until you just simply can't take it anymore, until it's like, I have to do something, or I'm going to shatter and like break apart. So we don't want you to get to that point. So take that time to figure out what it is that you want, because we don't need to make things more difficult than they need to be. But I am seeing overall, it could be more beneficial for you to follow a more traditional path than figure out what that tradition means to you. Is it being closer to your family and being more involved in your family in a physical sense, or are you comfortable just talking to them on the phone all the time? as of right now, this more traditional stance and how I see the moon coming in here and some of this other water energy is that, let's see, let's just get one more card before yeah.
Okay, I had another question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just have one arm, but I've been wanting to do some woodworking, and
cool.
And that would help me financially. I mean, to be able to go and see my kids more. And do you see that being a problem?
Oh my goodness, I love this.
Do you see me being better off buying some woodworking tools and at least keeping myself busy and maybe coming out financially?
So it's definitely time for you to step into something a little bit new. And we're coming out here with the Queen of Earths. So when you're talking about word working, right, and we get the Queen of Earth, I'm like, immediately, I'm like, yeah, work with your hands, go work outside, work with tools of nature. So create what you want. You have free will, create what you want. If you have the means to do word working tools, absolutely. I don't see it as any type of like, hey, I can't do this, or there's going to be issues here, because I do see that helping you actually benefiting your health, just like letting the worry slip away as you are working and just overall improving your health. So that's just a little comment, because right when we keep busy, when we're happy, naturally everything else follows too. Possibly you could
That's
be
what I've been wanting to do.
Yeah, I mean, why not? If you have the means to start and begin with those tools, absolutely go towards that with this Knight of Air here. I'm just also seeing that
one-handed. I'm not sure.
I mean, with this card right here, you're going to find a way. It's going to take practice, but you're going to be able to build what you want to build. So don't worry about that.
Well, I'm pretty headstrong, though.
Oh, yeah. The queen is stubborn as well. So she creates beautiful things, but she is stubborn. Yeah, and right, if you see this card, I don't know if you're going to be able to as well. Nope, not at all. But there is a pot of gold there too. So it could be a wonderful way to make a little bit of extra money. And we are getting a little bit closer on time. So I just wanted to follow back up is that you may want to very well consider moving to your family. It does seem like that tradition will help you get a new flow on life. You don't have to, right? Because we all have free will. There's always pros and cons to every decision, but just allow yourself to step into something new. All right. So I am seeing like, want to go to word working? Go ahead. Fantastic. It looks great. It seems like it would be a lot of fun for you. And in doing so, you could meet some new people over here with the lovers. So be excited about that. Go off, find that hobby, get started, and meet people who like the same things, because they're around and they're going to be interested. So just allow yourself to fill with joy, right, and everything's going to be great.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I hope you have a wonderful week.
Oh, you too. I appreciate you so much.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Zodiac Zone with Melissa Markham. Melissa Markham, live from MMAstroVibes.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Zodiac Zone
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Zodiac Zone. I'm Melissa Markham. And first, I just want to say welcome to Sagittarius. Today is the first day of Sagittarius energy. So what is Sagittarius? Sagittarius is about optimism. It's ruled by Jupiter. So it's about expanding your horizons. And I always say for people that have their sun in Sagittarius, they are the luckiest people of the zodiac. So I wanted to start out with something positive because I know we've had a major event happen this week where Pluto entered Aquarius. And Pluto has been in Capricorn since about 2008, and it's danced around this year, and now it's finally in Aquarius until about 2042, I believe. Anyway, so what does that mean? It means that we're going to see a lot of interesting things happen over the next several years. We're going to see the onset of AI, the technology revolution. We're going to see people being completely in their minds. It's because Aquarius is air energy. Air energy is usually in your mind. And it's really going to affect fixed signs. So fixed signs are Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. It just got out of the cardinal sign. So if you're an Aries, Libra, Capricorn, or Cancer, you can breathe a major sigh of relief because it's going to feel less restrictive, and it's just going to now go into the fixed signs. So that's a major event. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is Mercury retrograde. We are going to start a Mercury retrograde, and it is going to be on November 25th. So prepare to, especially around the Thanksgiving holidays, give yourself extra time to travel. Just really, give yourself extra time for these things. Another thing, this is actually going to go on until December 14th. It's December 15th, and usually what I say to people with retrogrades is it's a time to revisit things. It's a time to plan for extra things, especially next week with Thanksgiving. If you're going to travel, it's really, really important for you to give yourself some extra time. Don't wait to the last minute to get to the airport. You might want to be there a couple of hours early just in case, there's any problems with travel. Because I was looking at my calendar for next week because the Thanksgiving is later this year. So definitely people are going to probably start traveling on Monday. And Monday is when Mercury goes into retrograde, right around the time of travel. So anyway, those are just a couple things I wanted to let you know. One other thing is we're going to have a new moon in Sagittarius on November 30th. This is really about focus on setting intentions and learning and growth. And it's an excellent time to start new projects or form connections with like-minded people. So with that, I wanted to do my first reading. my first and only reading, since this is only a 15-minute show, but I wanted to do a quick reading. And is Brittany there?
Yes. Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for having me. I'm so super excited.
I'm going to do a very quick reading for you, Brittany. I am a vibrational evolutionary astrologer. So what I'm going to do is really, it's going to be about your soul mission and the purpose of why you're here. It's going to be really quick. And I would invite you to take a look at my website, mmastrovibes.com, for more information. But so what is your birthday?
It is 4/10/84.
4/10/84. Okay, 10th of April, 1984. What is your time?
8:10 a.m.
8:10 a.m. And city and state?
I'm currently in Beltsville, Maryland.
Where were you born?
I was born in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Okay. Great. Go ahead, and I got that. All right. So, okay. Like I said, I'm a vibrational evolutionary astrologer, so I'm really going to look at something called the lunar nodes, which are elliptical points in the sky. And I'm going to talk astrology, but I'm going to tell you what it means. So your south node, meaning the energy that you came in on, is in Sagittarius, and it's in the 7th house of partnership in Libra. And your north node is in Gemini in the 1st house. And I feel for you is a lot of times the south node in Sagittarius is a perpetual student. They're the people that always like to learn. And, you know, probably previous life, you were the scholar. Think of yourself as like the Socrates, that, traveled around just learning and gathering information. And it's in the 7th house of partnership. So I feel like there's a tendency for you to be a little bit of a people pleaser, kind of not always put yourself first. And I would say that your life purpose in this lifetime is to communicate what you already know and really step into your own power. Don't let people sway you from listening to what you feel is the right thing to do. Does that make sense to you?
It actually does. Yes.
Yeah, it's really about listening to that internal voice that is really going to guide you. And I'll tell you too, because you're an Aries. Mm-hmm. You picked Aries. So Aries is a very strong sign. It's very assertive. And congratulations, like I said at the start of the show, we're out of cardinal signs with Pluto. So I feel like you're gonna feel a lot lighter. I don't know if I have myself, I'm an Aries as well, and my south node is in Libra. So for some reason, well, I know the reason, because of the Pluto in Aquarius instead of Capricorn, I feel kind of revitalized. I don't know if you're feeling like that. I feel like, okay, there's nothing kind of blocking me. There's things that I want to do, and it just feels a lot lighter. I don't know if you're feeling a lot lighter as well.
Hopefully it's coming sooner than later.
Yeah. I feel like for you, and especially because this year, these are your nodes for your entire life, but it's really for you about stepping into your power, and speaking up and speaking and having your own voice, and not second guessing yourself,
Right.
I feel like that's very, very important for you. I feel like relationships, because you have Uranus there, have been kind of challenging for you. Sometimes, love can come in very fast and it can leave fast too. I'm thinking you've had a few relationships like that.
Yes.
You have a yod, which a yod is almost like a spiritual assignment. So for example, it's a driven cause or purpose in somebody's life. Princess Diana had a yod in her chart. The apex points to your ascendant. Your ascendant is in Gemini. I feel like communication is very important, and maybe writing a book, communicating something, doing something in that area. I feel like you're called to do something like that. And it's a calling in life when people have a yod in their chart. Does that resonate with you?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so whatever that is, I suggest that you do it, because there's going to be that internal dialogue inside you, very deep inside you, that is not going to let up until you do that. And once you get into that energy, it's going to put you in a very higher level of consciousness. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I felt this and I was always supposed to do this. And it's going to catapult you in a way that is going to feel really good for you. So I feel like that is something that you should absolutely do. So if that's just an overview. If you ever, like I said, want to go down deeper, check out my website, mmastroVibes.com. I do all kinds of charts, from business charts to personal charts to coaching. And my passion is to help people and use astrology as the tool to help people. So thank you very much for letting me read your chart.
Absolutely. You have a great evening.
You too. Have a very happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to kind of reaffirm we are in Sagittarius season. I feel like, this is a great time to manifest your whatever you feel for next year. The new moon for next year, the new moon coming up. On the 30th, like I said earlier, it's really about setting intentions, learning, expansion. Sagittarius is such a beautiful time to do that. So whatever you're feeling, it's really about doing purposeful things and feeling good about what you do and feeling a sense of commitment. So I'm so happy to present astrology on a weekly basis. And next week, I'll talk about some of the things coming up in December. And of course, we're getting very, very close to 2025. So a lot of interesting things going on in 2025. And I look to the chart to do everything. It's part of my existence. So thank you. Thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you next week.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Sessions with Spirit with Gene Rose. Live from Facebook.com/Tarot Readings by Gene Rose.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Sessions with Spirit
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to Sessions with Spirit. I am your host, Gene Rose. Welcome to another fabulous week, another wonderful episode. I can't believe next week is Thanksgiving. Like, when I have questions, I mean, what? Yeah. So there's that. Yeah. So can we believe there's a little more than a month left to this year? And then it's 2025. Like, what? Yeah. So I figured, as always, I would start the show tonight with a couple of cards for everyone, kind of reading as a collective, even though you guys know I hate that word. It's regurgitating Google, and it's a long story, and don't get me started on my soapbox. So we're going to go to the cards, and of course, they are going to say, ooh, the moon. So not entertaining doubts, fears, and illusions. That's going to be something big. However, there are some great things happening this weekend. That is going to refer to unexpected blessings. The second card was the Ace of Cups. Now that is, of course, what it is going to refer to. And then the third and final card was the Queen of Pentacles. That can also refer to financial gain. I want to just throw that out there. Queens traditionally refer to gains. Kings usually refer to successes. Specifically, the Pentacle suit, that is going to refer to money and material things. Let's go ahead and pull an extra card. And that was the Eight of Wands. That also can be known as a timing card, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, etc., etc. I want to say 2 days. So that would bring us to what? Saturday? So be on the lookout for something fabulous to happen on this Saturday. That would be the 23rd. So yeah, let's see what the weekend has in store. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. I hope you guys are all doing well. I know last weekend we had to fare with the full moon. That was a lot of energy that we were stuck dealing with, and it's going to be okay. I promise. We're almost through. Right now, things should be sort of dissipating. You know, tomorrow's moon is in Leo. Gosh. I am a Leo, of course, in case you guys didn't know. I'm very proud of that. Don't ask me why, but I love being a Leo. I really do. And that's one thing. And now we're in Sag season. So yes, or nearly in Sag season, I should say. We're about to enter into that. So hold on tight. One of my favorite seasons. Up first, let's take a caller. We have Tracy, and she is from Tennessee. Hello, love. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. What are you up to on this fine evening?
Just waiting to see what's in store for me.
Oh, I love that.
What does Spirit have to say?
Okay. Can I pull some tarot cards for you?
Pardon me?
Can I pull some tarot cards for you?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Okay. I like to still ask and not assume, you know. Some people are into them. Oh, no worries. I personally love tarot cards. In fact, I have a couple of tattoos of them. They are not a scary thing whatsoever, I promise you. In fact, some of the bigger titles that are more that like gasp sort of moment, that like death card, the devil card, the tower card, those actually don't mean what we think they do. Specifically, the death card, did you know it does not refer to a physical passing? Instead, it actually refers to an ending of something, but it also points to the beautiful beginning of something new. Isn't that cool? I love that.
It is.
Tracy is my favorite card in the tarot deck, if truth be told. But let's see what you received. So your first card was the Ten of Swords. Love, in the past, who betrayed you? What was the big disappointment?
Oh, goodness. Betrayal in the relationships.
Okay. That has kind of left you in limbo, though I will say the Hangman did fall reversed. That's going to refer you coming out of that limbo, which is a very good thing. So are you currently with someone?
Yes.
Okay. And I take it that things are actually going well?
They seem to be.
Not just seem, they actually are. Don't let your past play a part in your present or your future. Your future card was the beautiful Four of Wands. That card refers to foundation. Don't let those past hurts, those past disappointments be that foundation for this connection. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I pulled an extra card for you, and you did receive the Queen of Swords. That card is going to be all about staying logical. So not feeding that conflict, whether it's internal or even external. It doesn't matter. You don't want to feed the flames.
Okay.
I know that could be sometimes difficult to do. I pulled an extra card for you, and it was the beautiful Ten of Cups. That card is about a sense of completion. It also is about a happy ending. And I'm not one of those readers that is a yes reader, so I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. Tracy, I'm going to tell you what the cards tell you. So what they're saying is that if you stay on this path and you continue on with this person, it is going to lead you to happiness. But you cannot, my love, let the past play any type of part or anything in the relationship. So don't be sitting there waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Okay.
Okay?
Makes sense.
Yeah, I know that's sometimes hard to do, but trust me, it's going to definitely be something that you want to embrace.
Okay. Okay.
Right, love?
And do you see anything as far as job and home coming, like a steady job and a good home foundation coming?
I feel like within the next 6 months.
Everything kind of got uprooted. In the next 6 months?
Yeah. Everything is gonna be like like a domino effect. Like one blessing is gonna lead to another, which is gonna lead to another, which is gonna lead to another. Think opportunities. You're entering into a season of opportunity and possibility, but it is going to be up to you to not be distracted from your past, and that way you can embrace the possibilities that are in front of you. Does that make sense?
Yes. So one other question, the job that I'm at now, should I continue with the longevity there for now, do you think?
I would. For the time being, I definitely would.
Okay. And then we're in like a extended stay right now. Do you see something happening within the next couple of weeks or a week?
Couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't be discouraged though. What the energy you put out is going to be the energy you get back. So I want you to be expecting, and I want you to literally be like, it's going to come any minute. Like the call is going to happen any minute.
Okay. I can do that. I thank you.
You're very welcome, love. Tracy, you have a wonderful night.
Hey, you too now. Take care. Love and light to you.
Oh, love and light to you, doll.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, what a wonderful reading. Oh, up next we have Sally. Hey, Sally, you're out in Cali. Oh my gosh, I'm from New York. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What are you up to tonight?
It's raining out here.
Is it? Oh my God, it's been really cold. Before it was snowing here. Can you imagine?
Oh, wow.
I can't. I'm not ready for it. I'm not.
Awesome.
I'm definitely not ready. Love tonight.
Well, I'm currently pregnant, and I was the baby daddy left me, so I'm just trying to see where, like, if I'm gonna ever have like a family together with him, or like where my future's gonna end up with the child, kind of.
As far
as like feelings are.
Let me pull some cards because what my first go-to is gonna be. I just want to see if the cards confirm it. My go-to is that you're going to have like a knight in shining armor that comes in.
Okay.
I don't feel as though it's going to be the father of your child.
Okay.
I think he's already done disappointed you. Yeah. And I think you're kind of done. And in your heart of hearts, you know that it's over. You know you deserve better. Especially with what he has been serving lately. It's like, Queen, come on. Why are you even putting up with this? You know what I mean? No judgment.
Yeah, he's even abusing me during pregnancy and stuff like that, so I shouldn't even want him around.
Hey, Sally, like, is it worth it? Is it worth it, baby?
Yeah, it's not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotta focus on it. Like, I was crying a few months in and out because, like, I don't know if it's her attachment scientifically to her father or if it's my emotions. But it's like I was crying because everyone wants a picture perfect family, you know? And like this guy, he told me he wanted everything with me, and then when I got pregnant, he kind of just up and like blocked me and everything, and now I'm trying to get a restraining order on him, so.
Love is gonna come when you're not looking.
Okay, and do you think me and my child will have a good life? Like,
oh yeah.
When she's born, she's supposed to be on born February 14th.
The two of you are gonna be like best friends. Now, I know...
Yeah, I just thought that was the unconditional love I'm looking for, you know? Because some people look for it in men, but when you have a kid, it's different.
You will definitely have that. And I can understand what it's like to have a child in hopes that you receive that unconditional love. You know, someone that'll truly love you no matter what. I can tell you right now, you and your child are soulmates. I do not throw titles around lightly, and I want you to know that. It's not just a romantic partner. That could be a soulmate. It could be a grandparent. It could be a child. It could be a sibling. You, right now, are carrying your soulmate. That is not something that everyone gets to experience.
Yes.
I think you and your child are going to be super, super tight. Yes. I would record every little moment down to cravings, down to everything. You're going to want to remember it all.
Yeah.
Don't worry about if the makeup is done.
Baby abstractors, and I write in like the notes when she first moves around and stuff like that. I have 2 more months to go, and her name's Anissa, because I'm a shaman, a Peruvian shaman, and I used to do magic and stuff like that, and all the above, like Enochian magic, all types of stuff like that. But I named her after the herb anise, because anise is used for protection and magic. So I came with the name Anissa. Her name's protection. Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Well, goddess bless you. The cards, I love the cards. The first one was the 3 of Pentacles. That's all about teamwork makes the dream work. I feel like you and your child, that's going to be the team. The knight in shining armor, they're going to come later. And they're going to come when you're not looking. Just so you know.
Okay.
The next card is Judgment. You got to make that decision that you're ready to do this on your own and that you completely and wholeheartedly wash your hands of him and being completely done. The next card is the High Priestess.
I had guidance today, and then my son was like, do Bibleman. You know what that is, right? Like when you open the Bible and pray to God and ask for guidance. I do tarot, but I haven't done tarot in so long, so it's kind of iffy when you have all these emotions going on. You're not supposed to do tarot like that. And I did Biblemancy, and so far I got that God is going to put his wrath on him. It literally said that throughout Jeremiah 48, and it was talking about how God's wrath will come after him for the decision that he's done and did. So, and it says that anyone around him will feel the wrath too, so I don't want to be around that.
No, I wouldn't either. I mean, there was Judgment, then the High Priestess, so things being revealed, things coming to light. The Two of Pentacles, I feel like that refers to you and your child. And then the Death card. Now, the Death card, I know the Death card is one of those cards when you mention it, people are like, and they think that it refers to physical passing. It does not. It refers to an ending followed by a beautiful new beginning. I just don't feel as though that new beginning is going to be with him. The new beginning is going to be with somebody completely new. But you got to put an end to this completely.
Like there's an ending to the relationship and a new beginning with the baby, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. Because she's going to take all my time up. She is. So, so I don't want to you're right, I'm not looking for it. I don't want to get my mind tangled up with distractions with other men. Because today's society, like women and men are hard to find the real rare ones that stick by your side and actually care. So I don't really have friends and all that. It's hard to find real people. And I tend to stick to myself, very introvert, intuitive, stuff like that.
Definitely. Oh my God. Love, you need to follow me. We have to keep in touch. We really do.
Okay.
You are so much like me. It's like, oh my God, I swear, I feel like I'm listening to myself. Like introvert, it's like, yes, you check all the boxes. I love it.
Yeah, follow me if you want.
But please, and I would love, especially when the baby comes, like I would love
I can show you pictures of the baby and stuff like that. So far.
Oh, I would love that.
I go back on a second and I get to see that I'm going to get the 4D and 5D images done. So I really get to see her.
That's amazing.
So far I can tell she has my nose and everything. My genes are very strong. My grandma's from Nicaragua and Mexican, and my mom's from London. So I got a weird mix.
Wow, that's beautiful though. Oh my gosh. That is so beautiful.
Yeah. Well, thank you for taking the time out to read for me and give me guidance. I really needed it. I was stuck. I'm tired of crying over make-believe fantasy, you know.
You're very welcome. It was definitely my pleasure. You know, and I definitely look forward to hearing from you and getting those updates.
Yes. Okay. Follow me on Facebook or I'll follow you back. Just send me your name or send me your name and I'll follow back.
Okay, love.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you. Maybe on night feels much better.
Aw, thank you, love. Love and light to you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Love and light
too.
to you. Good night.
Good night. Guys, we're having a fabulous show tonight. Oh my gosh, it is going so well. I think with the rest of 2024, what should we expect? Let me pull some cards on that. And again, this is sort of for everyone. You know, if it resonates with you, definitely pull from it. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. But with a month and a half, this is not a lot of time. I mean, less than 6 weeks. And it'll be a new year. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Oh, so it's going to be emotional. A lot of purging. Lots and lots of purging. First card was the Knight of Cups. We're going to be very, very, very tempted to overdo things these next 6 weeks. Think of it as that last push till the new year, right? Cut it out. Don't do it. Pace yourself. Take things in steps. Do things in stride. Do not rush. It is not a rat race. I know it feels that way, but it's not. I promise you that. Third card is the 10 of Pentacles. That card dropped reversed, and that card just refers to not reaching that end or that completion. But I feel like that's due to the Knight of Cups as well as the 9. You know, the cup suit as a whole is going to be the suit of emotions, and it's going to represent the full gamut. Good, bad, ugly, all of it. Indifferent, all of it. That's not always a good thing. That sometimes can overwhelm us, especially when we are trying to go back in time and relive a moment. I strongly suggest to everyone to take this next 6 weeks and really live each day. Don't think about yesterday. Don't think about 2 weeks ago. Keep in front of you the future. Keep in front of you the present. If you are committed to doing whatever, make sure you are fully dedicated to that. For example, my wife has recently committed going to the gym, and I have to give her a round of applause because she has been an absolute beast at it. Baby, I'm very proud of you. And if I don't tell you often enough, I'm sorry, but I love you. But literally every day, she has the gumption to do it. Every single day, even when she doesn't feel like doing it. That is the kind of resolve we need to bring every single day for the rest of the year. Every single day. No matter what, no excuses. No, are you kidding? Your leg hurts? What? No. That's what she does. And I'm telling you the progress that I've seen in the last, 2 weeks, if that? Insane. You know what? We can have that same progress. We just got to put the effort in. Going back to the cards, the next card is the 5 of Swords. That's going to refer to drawing boundaries. It's okay to say no. You don't have to take on every holiday list and team and thing to do. You don't have to take it all on. You don't. Pick and choose where you invest your energy. That way you can fully enjoy it and you can stay present. The final card was the King of Cups. Well, now we know that he is a manipulator of our emotions, and he can sometimes use our emotions against us. That's when we have to sit and purge those moments that we might have a hard time getting over or getting through. Let them go. It's not worth staying in that space, especially if you catch yourself reliving that moment over and over. I know I sure could use that advice. I tell you guys all the time, do not put me on a high horse. Just because I'm a reader does not mean my life is any easier. It's quite the opposite. And I think that's only because Spirit prepares me to meet people where they're at, no matter where they are. Right? So with this last week, and guys, I will be fully honest, my wife is working Thanksgiving. And because I want to spend as much of the holiday with her as possible, I might not be with you guys next week. So it might be a previously aired episode. If it is, I want to kind of, give you guys a heads up. I will definitely let Constance and Dave know what my plans are. So they're not sort of caught with their hands in the air. I'm like, we don't know what we're doing. But that way there is some sort of a plan, and I'll also make an announcement on the page. I also want to make another announcement if I shamelessly can. Our 12 days of Christmas is nearly upon us. That is going to be a different reading every day for a total of 12 days. I am so excited to be bringing this to you. It was brought to you by my team and I truly call them my team because these ladies have surpassed any expectation I ever could have had from them. They're creative genius. and teamwork and kindness has just blown me away. The 12 Days of Christmas was born. I had the idea, I wanted to do an advent calendar. And we were throwing it around, and before I knew it, let's do 12 Days of Christmas. Boom, that's it. What it is 12 days worth of readings. There's a different reading for every day. It is $120. That's in USD. And it starts December 13th. So there's still time to get in. Just contact me on the page below, which is Tarot Readings by Jean Rose. That is on Facebook. You can also reach out to me on TikTok at Mrs._Stiggy, STIGGI, or Tarot by Jean Rose. So I'm kind of all over the place, guys. Yeah, we're even on Insta on a good note. So that's why it's important to do at night as well. So I definitely am grateful for all of you. I am grateful to be doing the show. And lastly, I am grateful for my beautiful wife. It's just wonderful, to be in this position, if you will, and to be able to give these readings and to reach out to all of you. Guys, I thank you so very much for joining me week after week and tuning in. It really is an honor, and I appreciate all of you. If you guys are interested in a private session with me, feel free to contact me below at Tarot Readings by Jean Rose. That is on Facebook. You can also contact me on Instagram at Tarot by Jean Rose, or email me at tarotbyjeanrose@gmail.com. Try to make it as simple as possible. Guys, this has been wonderful. If I don't see you next week, have a beautiful Thanksgiving for my U.S. watchers. And to everyone else, have a beautiful and wonderful night. It was an absolute pleasure, as always.
From the sunny Gold Coast of Australia. I'm so excited to be here. This is my first show, my first time here on A1R, Psychic Radio, and Moonstruck TV. So today, I thought that we would take it a little bit slow. I would tell you a little bit about myself so you know who you'll be working with if you come onto the show with me. And we'll take a caller. But first, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So if I don't sound like the typical Australian accent, it's because I don't have an Australian accent. I was raised in sunny California, and it was a wonderful, wonderful lifestyle. When I grew up, I was in San Jose, which then became Silicon Valley. And I moved down to Southern California, where I was very lucky to work in IT, and I decided to start manifesting. So working with a lovely lady by the name of Louise Hay, I wanted to manifest the right relationship. And lo and behold, within 6 months of working on it, a man came all the way across the world from New Zealand And it really was like love at first sight. And that was 34 years ago. And we're still together. So from California, headed over to New Zealand, and we raised a family, 3 boys, now all grown. And then I decided, look, New Zealand is beautiful, but oh my goodness, little bit wet and a little bit cold. And so we thought when the children were grown, we would all head over to Australia. And here we are. So coming to you from Australia, originally from California, I'm Deb. We're going to take a caller in just a moment. And after the caller, I am going to tell you a little bit about what I can offer, how I can help you, and what's coming up later this month. So we have Angela in New York City ready to come through. Are you there, Angela?
Hi, yes, I am. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm good.
You're good. Okay. So, as they may have told you, I'm a psychic and a medium, which means I can talk to you about your life and your future, or I can talk to one of your past loved ones. So do you know what it is you're looking for today?
Yeah. I want to see if you can connect with my past loved animal, if you can connect with animals.
I can. Okay. So bear with me. I just want to get them a little bit closer. So I've got 3 coming forward, so I'm trying to separate them. So cat, dog, is that right?
Well, I mean, the main one that passed that I'm kind of connected with the cat.
Right, because I had the cat come in first, but then I had a dog, and then funnily enough, I heard the word bunny. So have you ever had a rabbit?
Yeah, I had like a black rabbit like 20 years ago or something.
Because so they're all piled in. They're all here to see you, Angela. So let me focus on your kitty cat. Bear with me. So this is a very magical cat. Yes?
Yeah.
Because they showed me like a black cat, which may or may not, the cat may or may not have been black, but that represents to me that this kitty was very magical. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I guess she could. I mean, she's not black, but I guess she was magical.
Yeah. It's just that's their sign to me that we have a mystical, magical kitty who is more than just a cat to you. It's like when somebody, it's their familiar. It's their, one of their best friends, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
She passed last week, so it's very recent, and it's still it hurts very much.
Yeah. She, so feminine, very, how would you say this? I want to say loving because I feel her just like, you know, when they rub on your legs, when they just want to cuddle. That's what she's doing. So she really wants to cuddle up with you.
Yeah.
She's showing me that she was a pretty girl, but I feel like she had quite a beautiful full face. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, she was 2 years old, and I didn't get the last part you said.
Okay. It was just that I felt that she had quite a round, beautiful face.
Oh, yes, she was. She was beautiful. Beautiful cat.
Did she have like green eyes?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah, when she was like a little, like 4 weeks old, they were like bluish green, yeah.
Yeah, because I could just see these little eyes looking up at me. All right, so just trying to see if there's anything that...
She was a scaredy cat, so...
I was going to say, was she the runt? Was she the tiny one? Because she makes me feel like she was frightened, like with brothers, and she just makes me feel a little skittish.
Yeah. She was young. She's only 2 years old, so it doesn't make any sense to me why and how she she passed.
Okay, let me see if I can get her to give me a feeling for what was going on for her. It's a very strange feeling. So did you just find her like laying on her right side?
She was vomiting a lot and like all day. So I brought her to the animal hospital. They did blood work, chest x-ray. Everything was normal. They said maybe she ate something. So they said do an ultrasound. So I brought her home and she was still continuing to throw up, not eating. Then I brought her to the animal hospital. And I guess her blood levels got bad, I guess, from not eating so much for like 3 days.
Yes. Yeah.
And the ultrasound didn't really show there was anything, but they were planning on doing surgical exploratory, like to explore maybe something stuck there. I don't know.
That's what it feels like. You know those foxtails? You know those little things that are in the long grass that if you get one, it's like a burr or a foxtail where it goes in, but it won't come out. It didn't feel like it got to her stomach. It felt like it was like in her little esophagus, like she just was trying to choke something up. So that's what it feels like. Like there was something that she would have eaten that caught. And the only thing I can explain, because that was the first thing I got when you said that, because it was like something coming up from her stomach, but it wouldn't come up. And then I feel like she was on her right side. That's all she is bringing me, is this funny feeling like you want to pull something out, but then she's on her right side. I mean, she says she doesn't know. She doesn't know either what she just said the words, I don't know what I did wrong. Like, I don't know what I ate that made me feel that way, because I don't. Do you have houseplants?
Yeah, I do.
Did you ever notice her nibbling on one? Do you have anything with like a round green leaf? Like not a normal green leaf, but like a rounded green leaf?
Yeah, I have a lot, but I bought her like cat grass and catnip, so she would just chew on those things. So it's like the plants, she stopped the plant. But she did get heart failure. Like, I guess she got heart failure after in the hospital overnight.
Yeah, system overload. She just was, it's just trauma. It's just the stress. Let's see what she wants to say, what her messages are to you. I feel like she had a lot of fun with you. She's showing me that you weren't just a friend, but there was a lot of fun in the household. Real lively for her. A lot to play with. She got a lot of love. And she gives me heartache herself. She gives me a little bit of heartache, but that heartache is for you. That is like her heart hurts because she sees you, because they still see us when they pass. It's like peering through a curtain for them. They can have a look at us, and she doesn't want you to hurt anymore because she feels like it actually physically feels like it presses in on you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. But I just was it even her time, to go? I mean, I didn't want to put her down, but the vet was pressuring me.
It was her time, as far as she could not clear whatever this was. And it had to be meant to be, because the way she's saying is, I don't know what I ate that did this. So only thing I saw was that you had some really gorgeous plants with green leaves. And I wondered if she'd had a nibble, but that doesn't explain the burr. That does not explain the burr type of sticky type thing that I could feel in her throat. So she doesn't know how she did it, but it must have been her time. She's not, she's more upset for you than she is for herself, because she's well and good over there. She is still very playful, still having a wonderful time. Now, have you got a grandfather in spirit from your mother's side?
Yeah, I do.
Because she's with him.
Oh, that's good. No.
Yeah, she's just saying she's got people over there. She's fine. You did the right thing. You did everything for her, and she had a wonderful life with you. And she'll just be waiting. You know, they just wait for us. It doesn't matter if it takes us 60 years to get over there. They will always greet us when we arrive. And she's with your family, so she's fine. And I think what bothers her most is how much you're fretting, how much it's hurting your heart and pressing in on you. And she's saying, just imagine her tearing around, like sliding on wood floors over there. She's having a wonderful time.
Yeah, that's all she wanted to do was play. And yeah, she did have a lot of toys. But I just feel like if she had any conditions that I didn't know, like any condition she was born with that I probably should have known about.
Not that you would have known about. If anything, like I said, it feels more like esophagus where it meets with the stomach. It feels like there was something she was trying to bring up. So if she had, I know it happens I'm not a medically trained person, so obviously I can't tell you for sure, but I know that sometimes we get folds in our own esophagus, which makes things difficult to go down or to come up. And it just feels like there was something there between the esophagus and the stomach. She's not sure what she ate. It's like sometimes an animal will tell you, I ate such and such, and you'll see evidence of it. But she's not sure. And she says...
Was she in pain?
She was uncomfortable because you know what it's like yourself when you have a cough and you want to bring something up. So you knew she was in distress, but she wasn't in pain. It was just the distress of, gosh darn it, I can't get this thing out. Whatever this is, I can't get it out. So she feels for you because it wasn't as traumatic for her as you might have thought. And for her now, it's over. It's done. She's playing. She's having a great time, but she worries for you. So know that if you talk to her, she will hear you. And know that she is literally there visiting. So you might feel her jumping up on the bed or jumping up. Did you have a gray couch?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, because it's like jumping up on a gray couch. And she's saying she's always going to come back and visit with you. And she hears you when you talk to her. So please, don't fret for her. She is okay, and she is with family.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Angela. I hope that brought you some comfort. Just know that our animals are always there waiting. They hear us when we speak to them, and they do come for little visits sometimes. You might feel the pitter-patter of tiny feet jumping up on the couch or wherever she liked to sleep. So thank you so much. You've been my first caller, and I really enjoyed talking to you, and I hope that your heart rests easier.
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. Bye-bye now. All right. I just wanted to take some time to talk to you all about the other side. When we do mediumship, it's always interesting what people's thoughts are on what will be happening for their loved one on the other side. And they always are okay. They find each other, they find their friends, and our pets end up going to the people that we loved as well. Now, it's quite interesting because sometimes maybe her grandfather wasn't a pet person on this side, but when they go to the other side, they're always more loving and more caring. And I know I ran into somebody last week who I did a reading for, and they had their animals in spirit with a family member who hadn't really been a pet person. But I was able to describe them to a T, and they were absolutely happy that their pets were fine. I'm just giving our producer a little message. Today, And I wanted to talk to you about a few other things. So I thought we'd take the opportunity today to get to know one another. And as I mentioned, I'm over here in Australia. I've been here since about 2008. I still get home frequently back to the US. But I wanted to tell you, I not only am a psychic medium, but I founded and established Spirit Quest School, which is an international online school for people like yourself to learn how to do this. I always say that if you are interested in this type of thing, if you're tuned in, if you're listening, and this is the type of thing that fascinates you, you might watch the television shows and watch the celebrities who do this. You might read about it, spend time on YouTube, TikTok, etc. If this fascinates you, it is a calling. It's a calling for you. Anyone can learn it. Anyone who's interested, that is. It's like learning a musical instrument. So if you really, really wanted to learn the drums and you took the time to work with somebody on how to learn it, or even watched on YouTube, got the right equipment, and practiced, you could learn. And so my story is about thinking that I wasn't a psychic medium, but wanting to be so much. As a child, I could do really interesting things, such as I remember we would go to get in the car, and this was in the day before the internet. We would go to get in the car, and I was 4 or 5 years old, and I would stop and I would tell my mother what song would be on the radio, because I'm a real music fan as well. And she was just shocked almost every time. And for a while, she was excited about that. And she was like, I don't know how you do that. And then she was like, shh, don't tell the neighbors, don't tell anyone you can do this, because she didn't know what to do about it. When I was 6 years old, a family friend passed. And it was a woman who unfortunately had dementia. She knew my grandmother. And she'd gotten, sometimes people with dementia can get quite grumpy. Their personality changes. And her personality had changed quite a bit. And it was frightening for me. And when she passed, she came to visit me. And I remember it as clear as day. And that's the difference between a visitation and a dream. You never forget it. It's like they're really there. So it was a little bit of a frightening experience for me. It was the first one. And I knew that she'd been very unwell and a little bit scary at times. So it wasn't the best visitation. But these things happened all through my life. And I still believed, because I couldn't make it happen on cue, like when I wanted to, that I wasn't a psychic medium. And I was fascinated with it. I did my first tarot reading at 18, and it came true the next day. And I'll tell you more about that another time. And I found my first teacher because I'd been hanging out in cafes and libraries, getting books on this type of thing, trying to learn about it. And I found my first teacher at a local, I guess you call them college over in the US. We call them universities over here, who taught meditation and how to connect with spirit guides, angels, etc., and do a little bit of internal body scans, meditation. And it was fantastic. And I said to Spirit, if you will bring me the teachers, I promise I will share everything I learn. I won't hold back and keep any secrets just for myself. And so I was fortunate enough that there was a 20-year gap in between teachers, and then I had a couple of very good teachers. So that's what prompted me, after I cut my teeth in the industry, began to be of service to people giving these readings. I did what I promised Spirit. I fulfilled the promised Open Spirit Quest School. So what do we offer? I teach from beginning psychic skills to advanced psychic skills, beginning mediumship skills to advanced mediumship skills. I teach the Akashic or Akashic records, depending on how you pronounce it, which is reading people's records of their past lives as well. And I'm also a Reiki master, so I teach Reiki 1, 2, 3, and 4, and teach others to step into their spiritual gifts. I do courses like Angel Encounters. There's so many different courses available. Now, each week we're going to choose a different topic, and I'll teach you. You don't have to come to school. I'll teach you some tips and tricks online. I just wanted to introduce myself today. allow you to get familiar with me and know what I could bring and what I could offer, so that if you do call into the show, if you there is something that you want to know, whether it's about a past life, whether it's about an animal or person who has crossed over to the other side, whether you're wanting to know something about your future or your present, you're stuck at a crossroads, I can help you. And also we'll spend the second half of the show teaching tips, tricks, techniques, and letting you know about upcoming classes, online circles, because that's a very casual way to learn and very inexpensive way to learn as well. So each week, a little something different. I'm hoping that together we're going to have a great time. I'm so looking forward to meeting more of you, working with you, providing whatever services that I can provide for you. And I'm hoping that you'll cruise over, have a look at the websites. Now, I'm in the process of updating them to show you a conversion rate so that you can understand that you're not paying what we pay over here in Australia. You save yourself about 40% off of those prices. So I'm in the process of getting that all updated and getting the new course date set with times that are more suitable and convenient to North America. So I hope that you've enjoyed today meeting me, and I look forward so much to working with you in the future. And again, you can find me at www.deb, that's D-E-B, .bullions, as in gold bullions, that's BULLIONS.com.au, or www.spiritwestschool.org, that's O-R-G. So again, it has been absolutely lovely to meet you all today. I thank you so much. Getting my first reading under my belt, working with a beautiful kitty for our caller Angela in New York, was just an honor and a pleasure. And I hope to be able to read for you very soon too. So thank you. And from sunny Australia, we'll see you next week.
You'll love Suzanne Marie readings, clairvoyant reader and spiritual light trance medium. Tarot is used for spirit confirmation. She's been a spiritual reader for 30 years and would love to be able to bring accurate, clear visionary readings for those who seek answers. Available online and phone. Call 320-455-2303 or email readingsbysuzanne@gmail.com. Suzanne Marie. Check her event page for specials.
In the silence of my soul, visions clear and spirits call. I embrace my sacred role, standing firm where others fall. Whispers from another plane guide me through the unseen art. In my heart they remain, filling every broken part. I rise, embraced by the unknown, on paths of light that I alone have flown. Each message is a stepping stone. My spirit's strength fully shown. In every bone I own my throne. Psychic medium, fully grown. I ride my throne. A psychic medium, fully grown. I rise, embraced by the unknown, on paths of light that I alone have flown. Gifts revealed in every tone. In this mystic space I've grown. Sweet clarity, sweet clarity. With every reading, my power affirmed beyond the veil.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network. And watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for the Hallie Elise Show with Hallie Elise. Hallie Elise. Live from HallieElise.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is the Hallie Elise Show
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone. I am excited and delighted to be here. I was just chatting with one of my producers who has me rolling with references to 70s, 80s, 90s music. He definitely is a DJ at heart and probably was an amazing DJ in his day. Actually, I'm thinking I have to have a conversation with him about that. I would introduce myself, but I think they said my name 30 times. In case you didn't hear it, it is Hallie Elise. And I truly am delighted and excited to be here this evening with you. Last week was my first week with A1R, and we had some weird glitches. Now, usually I have some glitches simply because that's me. Technology and I are friends, and I can be quite savvy at times. However, things go awry sometimes. We had the blackout. Well, actually not a blackout, not even a brownout. We had an eclipse, and I know everyone is familiar with that. It's pretty wild in respect to all the things that were said beforehand, all the things that were being said during, and here we are after. And I have to tell you, people that are highly sensitive were more inclined to have some sort of impact. I can say for myself, the day before, I had some anxiety. And it's really interesting because I'm one of these people that does not get anxious. I think I've been anxious, actually. I can tell you exactly. I've been anxious one time in my entire life where I actually felt anxiety. And it's fascinating to me because in my head, I always thought, well, if you have anxiety, we can go ahead and work with that. We can take deep breaths. We can work with certain tools. There's always a way to manage it. And I still believe that. However, personally experiencing it, wow, that's pretty wild. And feeling that just before the eclipse, the day before, that kind of threw me a little bit because it's not familiar to me. However, the things that I just mentioned, I did. I went ahead and I took deep breaths and I meditated. And I got quiet and I communed with nature. And I felt better. And then the day of the eclipse, it was as if someone said, sleep. Have you ever heard of the fairy tale where a child is born and she's supposed to stay away from the room where they sew? And there's a spinning wheel with a needle. She touches the needle and next thing you know, she's out cold. And that's because the spell was cast upon her. That's how I felt during the eclipse. I was out cold for 2 hours, and I'm not exaggerating. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on that. And so if you don't have an opportunity to call in while we're on air, be sure to leave some messages, and I definitely will get back to you. In the meantime, I believe we have Melissa from Winnipeg. Is that correct?
Yes.
Hello. Okay, hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
I'm well, thank you. Did you have a specific question that you wanted to address, or would you like me to just kind of give you what pops in, or both?
How about just what pops in?
Okay. It's interesting because I was just speaking about anxiety, and I won't say that you are specifically an anxious person, but I do get the sense that you often worry. And the best way for me to express this is not to say that you are a worrywart. However, I will simply say that you like to be prepared and you don't like to not know what's going to be happening. So for instance, if someone says to you, oh, tomorrow we're going to head out on a cruise, you need to know, Where is the cruise going? Is it a safe cruise? Is the captain skilled? Those things are important. That said, in life right now, it feels, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry. I just was confirming.
No worries. Oh, okay. The overall feeling is right now, specifically, there is more of that in your life, more of that concern, more of that worry. And I was just mentioning, like I said a moment ago, about using certain tools that you can use to create a little more peace in your life. Perhaps in the morning, before you do anything, before you even get out of bed, you simply take some deep breaths. And when I say deep breaths, I don't mean the same type of breath that when we're speaking. I mean the breath that goes like this. You go. You take the breath through the nose, down the throat, into the chest, down into the stomach, into the abdomen. And you really fill yourself with that. And the reason I suggest this is because it actually creates peace. When you oxygenate like that, your cells wake up. They feel happier, more comfortable. Even more importantly, the breath is prana. It is that gift from the divine. It is that light that we have within us that is a big part of us. You cannot be taking a deep breath and enjoying that moment and be worrying about the same things at the same time. Something to consider. And I would even suggest, if you're open to it, not just first thing in the morning, but create a little habit for yourself so that you can do this throughout your day, several times a day. If you find that you're feeling overwhelmed, if you find that just that normal predisposition to ask a million questions because you're feeling uncomfortable, stop for just a moment and breathe. I mean, think about it. You can breathe at any point, at any time of the day. It's something that's with you, and it's something that's easy to do. And what I would recommend truly is at least 5 breaths, not 10 minutes, not an hour. You could do that. Just though to take the edge off and to start feeling as if you're more in control of your world, literally breathe. Okay, that was the first thing that popped. And I will say too, I feel as if a lot is going on in respect to relationships, not just relationship, but relationships, interpersonal relationships in your life. And I feel like that's part of also where this worry is coming from. You agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Breathe. That's the first thing. Second thing is literally ask yourself, do I know this to be true? And the reason I'm asking you to do that for yourself is because the overall impression is your mind is going like round and round and round and round about all the possible things that could happen. The only problem with that is the possible things that could happen that your mind is focused on aren't all the wonderful good things that could happen. Really give some thought to, do I know this to be true? Because you're actually quite intuitive for friends. You're intuitive when it comes to, especially animals. I feel like you have these wonderful instincts and knowing when it comes to animals, and you were able to relate very easily. If you start to apply that to yourself, you will find that you have all the answers you need. It's just shifting slightly. It's creating an embodiment of good versus an embodiment of worry. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Back to relationships. We sometimes, without realizing, create expectations about the people in our lives. Actually, most of the time we do that, unless we're really cognizant about what's going on. We do, right?
Yeah.
Take a moment and again, use that sentence that I mentioned earlier. Do I know this to be true? When your head goes to, he should already know this because how long have we been together? Or how many conversations have we had? Or how many times have I told him? Take the expectation out of it and ask yourself, do I know this to be true? And it goes to, do I know this to be true that this is something he should be aware of, that he should know. Because the feeling here is you're dealing with people that are bright, and yet, like you, their mind is going a mile a minute constantly. It's very difficult for somebody like that to be able to just go, okay, I got it. I'm paying all this attention to the person who's in the room with me. I've heard everything they say and I'm retaining it. It's more like I heard what they said and I'm going to remember it, and then they forget.
Yeah.
Do yourself a favor, really and truly. Remind them, but with a heart. Remind them with ease. Remind them with a little sensitivity, not to take anything away from you, to add to you. If you can be a little more gentle with eliminating those expectations and qualify what your needs are a little bit better, you're going to find overall you are happier. Now, based on what we said, is there something specific that you want to address?
I'm not sure. Do you do like mediumship or?
Mediumship, I'm afraid I don't do. I don't speak to the other side.
You don't do that one?
Okay. Yeah, it is. It's too much to talk to the other side.
Okay.
I will say that. Excuse me?
No, that's good. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. It's funny because when I was a little girl, I heard a lot of voices, and it was this cacophony of sound in my ears. And I kept saying, no, 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 please stop, please stop. I mean, every day it was constant. And at some point it just stopped. And I thought, oh, thank you. The irony, when I was about 16, I went to this wonderful class about awakening your abilities. And I thought, oh, that would be cool. Let's go see what that's about. And one of the things they talked about was clairaudience, which is hearing the divine, hearing the other side, hearing your angels, hearing your guides. And I thought, oh, is that what that was? But I never quite understood it. I do, though, on occasion, when I'm sitting with someone, get a sense of a loved one. So, for instance, somebody could say something like, I miss my mom, and I get a sense of who they were, or I get a little message. However, I'm not a medium who says, oh, I see them and they're a silhouette and this is what they look like. That's really not my thing. I want to go back to what I said just one moment ago, which is you're very intuitive and you can actually speak to your loved ones by getting quiet, taking a moment and envisioning walking somewhere in nature and going down a beautiful path, knowing that when you get to the edge of the path or the end of the path, there's going to be a bench or somewhere to sit where you will meet your loved one and you can communicate with them. It takes a little bit of practice, but I believe you can do it because, again, I keep picking up that you have intuition. You just need to apply it to yourself. All right, my friend?
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. We have another caller, Liz. I apologize. It flashed through the screen or on the screen, and I didn't catch where you were from. Ah, Wisconsin. Yay. Okay. We're in the U.S. How are you?
Wisconsin. Yes, ma'am.
Were you looking for a specific answer to something, or do you want me to just share what comes through?
Yeah, just share what comes through, please.
Okay. I hear money, 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 money.
That's the truth. Really.
That's an area that really you are attentive to in this moment, and it's more that uncomfortable feeling. And I don't want to say that you have zero because that's not the case. However, I get the sense of concern and wanting things to shift. We're in, what are we in? We're in May? No, we are in April. Wow. Okay, I'm skipping a month. So April, so May. I will say by mid-May, going into third week of May, you should start to see a nice little change in respect to finances. However, your actual cycle, and when I say cycle, this has nothing to do with astrology. It has to do with you personally. There is, starting in May, but going into, I'll say, by the 8th of June. I don't know why that specifically, but I'm hearing 8th of June. By 8th of June, you open a door to a different cycle, which has to do with things coming easier when it comes to finances, things coming easier in respect to overall abundance, things showing up that you didn't expect. Think of it as your good luck period. So again, thinking June 8th is kind of the onset of that. And I'm getting June, July, going into probably the first week of August. So June 8th through, I'd say about August 5th, from what I'm sensing. This is your money time. This is a time to make magic happen. If you need to get that new car, this is the time to get it because you'll get it at the best price. If you are considering selling your property, this is the time to do it. If you want to switch careers, again, the time to do it. Bottom line, if you can hold on a bit, you're going to be pleasantly surprised with how things start to turn. The onset is next month, but the cycle itself begins in June.
Okay, that sounds perfect.
Okay.
All right, you hit the nail on the head.
Thank you. Thank you. The other part of this, though, and I'm going to just put this out there, it's always up to you if you accept what I'm going to say or not. But I would really strongly suggest sitting down and thinking about, actually write it down. What are your expenditures? Write it all down, whether it's $2,000 a month, $4,000, $8,000, $3,000, doesn't matter. And then look at those things and ask yourself, how much more would you like to make? So let's use $2,000 as just an arbitrary number, right? Let's say your expenses every month are $2,000 and you've been making $1,900, and that creates problems because you're really not relaxing. You're taking care of things, but it creates a little bit of anxiety, right? Funny, anxiety comes up twice tonight. All right. Look at that number. Recognize that's what's needed, not wanted, but needed. And then decide what's the number that you want. And I will say be realistic. And what I mean by that is, you can say, okay, I'm making $1,900 and what I want to make is $15,000 a month. And that could be something to work towards. However, if you say that, your mind is really not going to believe it. Because your subconscious mind is going, no, we barely are making that 19. What are you asking for? And there's a contradiction. Instead, look at it in respect to being reasonable. What I mean by being reasonable is if your goal is $2,000 to just take care of your needs and you're making 19, it's uncomfortable, and yet you're still managing. What is it that would actually make you comfortable? Find a number. Perhaps it's $2,400 a month or $2,500 a month. And then sit down and write down what you would do with that additional money. If you can, do this before June 8th, because I feel like you'll kind of get your mind into the condition where you start focusing on what you're expecting and what you're looking forward to versus what you feel that you're trying to fix.
Right. That makes total sense.
Because I get the sense that so much of your time, honey, is on how am I managing? That's hard. And it makes you feel bad. I mean, really, nobody wants to sit and feel like, oh my gosh, no matter what I do, I'm juggling, because you feel like you're not empowered. And it's not fair.
Yes, most definitely.
Take a look then, seriously, write it down. And the reason I say write is because it comes from the divine through you, through your heart, into your hand, and you actually put it on paper where you have something solid to connect with. It's not just airy-fairy in your head. It's number, it's a feeling, it's a vibration that you start to put out into the world. And again, it creates a stronger focus for what you desire versus what you're trying to manage. And I'm not suggesting that you don't continue to manage. Of course, that's important. You have to take care of things. Eating is good, electric is good, all that fun stuff. However, you should also be honoring you, which means doing some nice things for you on that paper. In addition to writing down what you would do with extra, ask yourself, what can I play with now? And maybe it's $1. And even if it's only $1, when's the last time you chewed bubble gum and blew a bubble?
Right. Exactly. Long time ago.
right? A long time, a couple of years.
Yes.
The idea is do something for you that lifts your spirit so that you're feeling, even if you're only spending a small amount, you're not feeling as if, oh my gosh, I'm jeopardizing myself more.
Okay,
do that until you start to see this additional money coming in that we're talking about. And again, I'm going to remind you, anything that you want to sell, this is the right period of time to do it. This is, starting from, again, June 8th. It's the right time.
Okay.
Don't second guess yourself. Really pay attention to what it is that you'd like to get. And again, why? Ask yourself, is it something that's going to make you happy? Are you doing it because you have to? Or are you doing it because it's going to bring you joy?
Right.
Makes sense, right?
Most definitely, yes. Thank you so very much.
Oh, you're so welcome. Keep in mind, too, that you have more power than you've given yourself credit for.
Okay, thank you.
Truly.
Makes sense.
And I'm not saying that just to say it because I feel it. I feel like when it comes to other people, you stand up for them. It's like you're the one who says, all right, get out of the way. You're bothering my friend or you're hurting somebody I care about, right?
Yep, you're right.
Now, you're not defending you enough, honey. And I'm not suggesting you go to fisticuffs where you actually have to hit somebody. I do believe, though, you should allow your power to come up more. Not in a hard way, not in a nasty way, just listening to that strength. Say that one more time, hon.
Just in a politeful way. I get it totally, because you're absolutely right.
Okay, good. So you have talents, you have skills, you have power, you have intuition. Grab a hold of all those things and use them. They are there to serve you.
Okay.
Did you have any other questions, hon?
No, you hit the nail on the head, like I said. That describes me to a T in the situation.
Awesome. Well, remember to get to writing.
Yes, I'm doing that as soon as we get off the phone. Thank you again so much.
You are so welcome. Thank you for calling in. Bless you too. I love that. I love when I get to share information with someone that is not just about what's coming. It is also about how you can make a difference in your own world. Too often we are in, I'm going to call it a limited structure. We have a house that we live in and we see that as the environment that we live in, and perhaps we look at it as, well, that's what we can do. That's what we can afford, or that's all we deserve. And when we have a certain mentality, it's very difficult to step beyond. We can look at our neighbor and go, wow, their house is 3 times as big, and it would be really nice to live in a house like that. Oh, but that's not going to work for me. The truth is, anything that pops into your head, it's a thought that you think. It is a consequence of your environments. Is it a consequence of your soul, or it is a consequence of what you're supposed to do? Meaning random thoughts aren't really random thoughts. And I'll give you a real funny, I'm not sure if I shared this last week or not, but if I did, it's okay to share again because I just find it a hoot and you might enjoy it. I had a client sitting with me, and no joke, as soon as she sat down, I heard the words peanut butter. I'm thinking, peanut butter? Why am I hearing peanut butter? I am not going to tell her peanut butter. And in my head, as I'm giving her a reading and I'm talking with her, I'm also speaking to my higher power, to the divine, the cosmos, saying, yeah, peanut butter, I'm not sharing this. And I'm hearing peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter, as if there's this booming voice inside of my head going, peanut butter. And as I'm hearing peanut butter, I'm also seeing and flashing lights in my head towards peanut butter, neon lights flashing. And I'm thinking, as if I have 3 minds at this point. I'm having this conversation with the client, giving them intuitive guidance. I'm hearing the word peanut butter, and I'm telling the universe, are you kidding me? And the same time, I have these lights flashing. Peanut butter. We get finished with the reading. I say to her, I'd like to tell you something if I may. She says, sure. What does the word peanut butter mean to you? Or do you know what it means? She starts laughing hysterically, so much so she almost falls out of her chair. I'm thinking, okay, she definitely knows what peanut butter means. And she says to me, do you want to know what it is? Yes. If you feel like sharing, yes. Well, we have a couple of kids. Peanut butter is our code. Thinking for a moment, code? She says, to go in the bedroom. And we haven't had very much peanut butter in a while. Funny, yes? All right. What I said before, as far as those random thoughts that pop in, they're not random. They come from somewhere. And oftentimes, a random thought is actually an intuitive message. Next time you're out somewhere and you're having a conversation, you're engaged in what's going on, and for some reason something really funny pops in. Maybe it's, a hot dog taking a walk down a beach. That would be really random, right? Ask yourself, what does hot dog represent to me? Ask yourself, what does walking down the beach represent to me? And then ask yourself, is there something that I need to do with this in this moment? You might just surprise yourself. I hope you enjoyed this evening. I'm having a ball. I do want to let you know how to contact me. Of course, here in the world of Facebook and on all other social media, just look for Hallie Elise. You can reach me via my website, which is HallieElise.com. That's HallieElise.com. You're welcome to call the office, and that's 561-755-2166. Once again, that's 561-755-2166. I mentioned social media. I'm kind of all over the place. If you forget, though, feel free to just Google for, what's the other one? I know there's a new one that doesn't track you when you're online. Whatever that one is. And then there's Bing and there's Yahoo. You'll find me there. I've been around for a while, at least a good 45 years. And then some. Otherwise, I'll have to tell you my whole age, right? Thank you again for tuning in this evening. I am Hallie Elise. I really, truly hope you had a lovely time joining me. And if you were tuning in for the very first time, keep in mind I've been on the air on and off for over 20 years. And I really enjoy it, and I really enjoy you calling in. If you're waiting to find out, should I call or not? Do. Give us a call next week, and I look forward to connecting with all of you. I wish you a beautiful, blessed night, and I will say it one more time, HallieElise.com. You can find out more information about me. There's some photos there with some people you might know. And thank you.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Understanding Spirit
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of Understanding Spirit. I hope you're all doing really well. It's got a lot going on here today. There's a lot of spirit around, so I don't know if they're here for my caller, so I'm going to get stuck right into it. As usual, as I do every week, I do a 3-card pull for the collective. Please take what resonates for you, and if it doesn't resonate, just let it go. It might come up for you further down the track. If it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, don't worry about it, okay? Just let it go. All right. So if you have resonated, the card for you is this one by Archangel. On the card here, it says hope, optimism, and new beginnings. And this is just, like taking a move forward, and you may need to sacrifice something and give something up in order to get like a future reward. But it's like, well, for anyone who's watching, there's a little, very alluring, and it's just offering all the different kind of mystical possibilities and the adventure and a sense of freedom as well. So if you're looking to do something like that, just consider moving forward and just trying something new, if that's what you're thinking about. If you have gravitated to the second card pull, this card is called Kinship, and it has community and about being with your group. This is really about being with like-minded people, people who get you. It's also a time to take some time out if you're feeling stressed and you need a rest mentally, physically, emotionally, just recharging your batteries. If you've been a little bit naive around at work or whatever, and things have gotten a little bit out of hand and you're feeling overwhelmed, just take some time out for yourself and with people that you feel comfortable with. Okay, if you've been drawn to card 3, and this is really about taking a leap of faith. There is a nice little beautiful safe area here in the front of the card, and there's this guiding light at the back, and it's like, come over, across the pond, have a leap of faith, take a risk, and step into the beauty of something that is unknown, and just